All right, friends, we got this thing almost back together. Isn't that dandy? There is, however, a few little knickknacks I want to resolve before we send it back. And so we're going to get started right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, Rusty Oliver Man. In our last installment, we finished it up, took a test drive. I let it sit a little bit. I power washed it. I took it for another test drive. Still nothing leaking. So we were good there. And so I thought, well, I just so happened to look at my phone and the guy sent me a text and said, "How's this coming along?" And I said, "Well, actually, I'm test driving it right now." And so I said, I am going to put the sheet metal back on it, and then I want to mess with it the next day and kind of make sure nothing's a problem, you know, and a few little finish off the list items, and then it should be done. And so that's where we are. So several things I would like to do. Number one, on both sides up here, it appears that the bolts are twisted off in there, and that's no good. And I don't want to leave this sheet metal with just this, because these will back out, you know. That was a grand design in its day, but not very reliable in long term. Vibration takes those out. Normally, like this one here, I don't know if that both sides would have had it, but like this panel here would have had two, so you could take this off without tools and get to the air filter and whatever. I like to just put like a 5/16 bolt in the front so that at least you got one thing that holds them without anything falling off. So that's where we are. Yeah. Also had to make sure that when you put this together that you don't bind this with the hood, you know, because you want to be able to easily pull out your radiator screen and clean that. So that's good. But we need to tackle this deal. Then after that, another thing that I want to tackle, I noticed I'm not happy with the adjustment of his 3-point, and I have it down. I have it actually down from the top, but if you raise it all the way up to the top, you don't have the free play that you need. So we got to adjust it, turn that little turnbuckle and get it where it needs to go. What we would do is shorten the rod, question mark, I think. Also, I might see another problem. It might be missing the clip. It has like an E-clip, or supposed to, and it is not there. So we will need to do that. But that's one of those things where that needs to be adjusted properly, or people complain and they say their hydraulics aren't working. And what it's doing is it's blowing the relief valve a little bit and it's not letting it go correctly. So whatever. Anyway, I wanted to work on my fence project today, but it's going to rain anytime, I think. And so I don't want to get started and then have the fence tore down and then have to stop. And then another problem is we won't be able to do it in the next few days now because it's going to be a mud hole probably. So yeah. All right, well, it looks like somebody has twisted off a bolt not in every hole. That is actually the bolt for the green piece in the backside. But this is twisted off, and it would be the same as that thumb screw fastener. I can tell by the way the end of it feels. But it is very, I don't know. This makes me nervous because I don't want to have to heat this, because then we open ourselves up to a host of other problems, like melting the headlight wire and whatever. So we have to do this cold. I mean, that's just the way it has to be. And sometimes you have success with this, sometimes you don't. And it's really going to make me kind of nervous, but we're going to figure it out somehow. Let's see if you can ride the rainbow there. I don't know. And I think what I'm going to do, if I can make it happen, I'm going to start with a smaller one and try to go larger. How we doing? That looks pretty well in the center. I realize you can't see that, but I'm not here to impress you. Okay, that is pretty well in the center. Now I'm going to try to go slightly larger and see. I'm hoping also I would be fine if it would actually catch it and spin it out the backside. That would be fine too. Sometimes you get lucky like that. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. I think it moved there. I think it moved there. Dare I go one size bigger? I'm gonna get too greedy and then it's not gonna work. See if this will get it. Come on. Ooh. Is that gonna damage the original threads? I do not want that. Oh, what's going on? Is my drill battery dead? Huh. No, I think we still got it fine. Now, I need to try to find an easy out that I might be able to I certainly hope we can. All right. Let me see if I can get an easy out and maybe get this backed out of there. My easy out collection is not very good anymore. I know I bought some at the farm machinery show, but I think, in other words, the one you always need is the one that's broken. So that's how life works. Okay, will this go in there? It really needs to be the next size bigger, but maybe this one will do it. Let's see if we take the red pliers. Nope. I might have cut it a little thin. I wonder if I can cut it out of there. I might be able to. And that, friends, is called luck. I was able to get the tap wedged into the old one and then backed it out. And now we should be good to go. I hope. I think there's still a piece of it sticking through the back. But if I could keep turning it, it's gonna fall off. So that's awesome. I can grab it when it comes out. Come out. Come out, come out, come out. Look at that. It's like reverse helicoil. Awesome possum. Now the other side's probably going to be a super struggle. And I'll explain why in a minute, if it's what I think it is. I think somebody already tried that on that side and gave up. And so they made my job way more difficult. Let me go get a 5/16 bolt and we'll slap this on for keeps. All right. Come on. I'm not getting it started right. Come on. There we go. at all? Okay, sure, fine. There we go. All right. Beautiful. Now we'll take this show on the road to the other side. Now, based on the context clues, I'm betting that this side has fallen off before, and hence the bending. All right, much as I suspected, it appears that somebody has already tried and failed. And the question is, why did they give up? Is it because they put an easy out in there and they couldn't turn it, and then they thought, whatever? But the problem is, I don't think they did it quite in the center. So that's gonna probably hose it. So this may not be one that we're proud of when we're done, but I think if we can just cut some threads in there. Oh, well. We're gonna have fun times. Wow. That's baloney. There we go. I honestly can't tell how this is going, other than that we're not in the center. I'm sure we're not in the center. Let's see here. How we doing? I cannot even see the edge of the original threads yet, so maybe someone has... Ooh. Yeah, that feels like that feels like we took out some pieces of original fastener there. Let's see if we can do our trick again. Boy, I don't think so this time. This time it ain't going very well. What a splendid time for the battery to die. Oh, boy. If we can just cut some threads in it, I'll be happy. This actually doesn't feel too bad, so we might have a good chance. I don't know. That actually turned out much better than I anticipated it would. It might be a little bit loosey-goosey, but I think it'll hold. Let's put the panel on and see. All right. Whoa. All right. I'm happy with that. That's going to keep those on there. And then there's no fear of running over the beautiful original side panels, which we may or may not try to polish here in a little bit. So yeah, good deal. Let's put away our tap and die. I cannot believe that that went as easy as it did. All right. Now I really am going to need, I think those are 7/16. We are going to mess with this. Famous last words. Let's see here. Oh, that's loose. That's probably how it got to be in the condition that it's in. Now technically there is a little hole through there. So that would probably be the thing to use to adjust it with. It's supposed to have a roll pin in it, but I know that's going to be too big. But I should probably get the E-clips first and get that clipped in there tight before we do any adjusting. I'm bummed that that won't fit, because that would have made it really easy to turn. All right. I'm not a fan of E-clips. But we're gonna go with it. I think that this is the one. Okay, now I need to get something to push it down with. All right, you shut off from heat right at the time of the big finale where I smashed my thumb, and then, but I did get the E-clip put on there. I did turn that thing a little bit. Now we're going to start it up and see how our work did. That's a little much. Okay, let's give it a little. Oh, that's a lot. Let's go back down. Nope, that's better. Let's go down. With that. All right, what am I doing now? You've been getting too hot. I got the 3-point linkage adjusted. Now I'm working down in this area here, and the reason is when we got this tractor, they had taken the bolts out that holds this plate down, and I am not a fan of that because it actually is, they're also bolts that hold the top of the hydraulic unit down to the transmission case. So I'm attempting to replace them, only to find that I have to clean every single hole. Only to find that because of the distance that it's down there, you can't spin it all the way in with that. So you gotta go back and forth like with tools, see? Take this and go down, and you're gonna say, well, couldn't you just blow it out with something? Yep, I did that. And then when I tried to put the bolts in, they would bottom out against the trash. So there is still trash down in there's the moral of the story. And you're going to say, why didn't you check, or why didn't you get the next shortest bolts and just go with it? Well, tried that too. Then they weren't long enough to grab. This is one of those cases where they decided to use like in-between sizes, like 2 3/4 or whatever, instead of 2 1/2 or 3. And there was no room for error. It has to be that thing. So I think we're on the way. I got the other 2 on the other side done. I'm just been, you know, going through, doing things and stuff. It's working. It's working. If they don't want this on there, they can take it back loose again, but I am not going to be part of not having this put down correctly. See, the threads are a long way away from where we're working. It has to go through 2 pieces of sheet metal and through a thick piece of casting down into another piece of cast. Ooh, nasty. That's probably the nastiest one yet out of all of them. Don't roll away, Toodles. Don't roll away. All right. That is done. So what's left to do? I think we've about got her licked, friends. I am going to maybe take it on one more drive just to be sure. And then I think we can about call it quits. I was going to ride on the filters that we can see, you know, what date they were changed. So in case they ever change them again, they'll know, hey, it was 35 years ago when those were last changed. Probably time to do it again. You know, I don't know. All right. This is the part, friends, where I'm very particular. I don't want it to come back in a sad way for me. I don't mind if it comes back for something else that I never messed with, but I don't want it to be something that I did or didn't do right, and then we have troubles. So I just try to take my time looking it over, make sure that it's what it's supposed to be. So yeah. All right, it's basically done, but I'm going to be nice and attempt to give it a rub down because I feel that it's worth it. You know, we're gonna try a little Flitz magic here on it and see if, you know, we'll see what we can accomplish with it. Oh, beautiful. Just beautiful. I have my doubts about the hood, but the rest of this is going to be a beautiful machine. I went a little overboard on it there, but that's okay. Ah, time to switch paper towels anyway. That one's getting too full. Oh, friends, it's looking great. It's looking great. Oh, Flitz, where were you 30 years ago? You know? It's amazing stuff. Look at how it just brings that right back around. So pretty. Oh, that's beautiful. Wish we had this trim piece to put back on. I never did look to see if I had a spare. Wow, that's looking good. Needs to be, I need to grab some speed wax and give it a wax. Boys, that's night and day better than it was when it came, though. I mean, everything. We got the wheels cleaned up and the grill pretty good. I could probably even get better if I got another jar of that rust gel. But this is what I did to that one, and it looks beautiful. So, hey. I'm still kind of puzzled at this hood, because it looks like it doesn't really match the tractor. And I wonder if it was damaged and the dealer replaced it later, or what the story was, or maybe at the factory that day they didn't have the right pieces, so they took a cockshut hood and painted it green, and it just never held up to time. But there's definitely a red under the green, and I know Oliver used red primer on some stuff, but it would just be interesting to know why the hood doesn't match the same quality as the rest of it. But it's still beautiful nonetheless. All right, friends, what a transformation. Look at how shiny it is again. And this, I'm just throwing this in for free, you know. I figured I did enough to it, I might as well help them out and make it look pretty too. So this one's definitely worthy of it. So I think we're gonna call this done. And like I said, maybe we should take it on one more drive, and then we'll officially call it done. Look at how it glistens in the sunshine. Flashers still work? That's good. Friends, one very beautiful original 1655 diesel that is ready to go back home. It runs beautiful, it drives beautiful, and it looks beautiful. Could you ask for more? You know, we have done a lot of work to this, and it's really paid off. I mean, what a transformation, you know? A tractor that didn't look bad to start with, but it's amazing how much better it can be when you just do all the little things that need to be done to it. So, pretty sweet. Anywho, as always, friends, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. After watching what you just saw, do you feel like your IQ has dropped lower than your credit score? Well, there's no reason that both of us should be miserable, so go ahead and hit that thumbs up and leave a comment. That stuff costs you nothing, and it really helps me out. Your banker may not approve, but I know mine will. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.